Hi guys, so good evening and welcome back to my magical world. It's me, Frostbite Goddess, your favorite celebrity here in the Philippines. It's 23:04 in the evening and today is Monday, July 28, 2025. Monday was successful. Di pa naman siya natatapos, but just so you know, I'm going to read page 241 and 242 of the book Mastery. Tatapos na guys, kaya kalmahan nyo lang. Overwhelmed by what he had found, he ran through the streets of Paris to find his brother. He shouted upon entering the room, "I've got it." And then fainted, falling to the floor. After nearly 20 years of continuous obsession, through endless problems and poverty and setbacks, Campolion had uncovered the key to the hieroglyphs in a few short months of intense labor. In the aftermath of his discovery, he would continue to translate one word after another and figure out the exact nature of the hieroglyphs. In the process, he would completely transform our knowledge and concept of the ancient Egypt. Her earliest translation revealed that hieroglyphs, as he suspected, were a sophisticated combination of all three forms of symbols and had equivalent of an alphabet far before anyone had imagined the invention of the alphabet. This was not a backward civilization of priests dominating a slave culture and keeping secrets through mysterious symbols, but a vibrant society with a complicated and beautiful written language, one that could be considered the equal of ancient Greek. When his discovery was broadcast, Campolion became an instant hero in France, but Dr. Young, his main rival in the field, could not accept defeat. He spent the ensuing years accusing Campolion of fraud and plagiarism, unable to conceive of the idea that someone from such a modest background could pull off such an amazing intellectual um, fiat. Tama ba? So, yun guys, I think on our way to success, there are, people like this. Sometimes there are obstacles. Sometimes they will boost your eagerness and motivation to do better because of people like this. People who cannot accept defeat and jealous people, envious people. The story of Campolion versus Dr. Young contains an elemental lesson about the learning process and illustrates two classic approaches to a problem. In the case of Young, he came to the hieroglyphic puzzle from the outside, fueled by the ambition of the first to decipher the hieroglyphs and gain fame in the process. So, ganito talaga. This usually happens when both sides are competitive and, one has more power than you guys or influence. To expedite matters, he reduced the writing system of the ancient Egypt into tidy mathematical formulas, assuming that they represented ideograms. In such a way, he could approach that decipherment as if it were a computational fiat. To do so, he had to simplify what ended up being revealed is an extremely complex and layered system of writing. For Campolion, it was the opposite. He was fueled by a genuine hunger to understand the origins of mankind and by a deep love of ancient Egyptian culture. He wanted to get at the truth, not gain fame. So, iba yung motivational goals. Because he saw the translation of the Rosetta Stone as his life's task, he was willing to devote 20 or more years to the job or whatever it took to solve the riddle. He did not attack the problem from the outside and with formulas, but rather went through a rigorous apprenticeship in ancient languages and Coptic. It ended up that his knowledge of Coptic proved the decisive key to unraveling the secret. His knowledge of languages made him understand how complex they can be, reflecting reflecting the complexity of any great society. When he finally returned to the Rosetta Stone with undistracted attention in 1821, his mind shifted to the creative active. He reframed the problem of holistic terms. His decision to first look at the two scripts, demotic and hieroglyph, as purely visual was a stroke of creative genius. In the end, he thought in greater dimensions and uncovered enough aspects of the language to unlock it. He reframed the problem in holistic terms. His decision to first look at the two scripts, demotic and hieroglyph, as purely visual was a stroke of creative genius. In the end, he thought in a greater dimension and uncovered enough aspects of the language to unlock it. Many people in various fields tend to follow the Young method. If they are studying economics or the human body and health or the workings of the brain, they tend to work with abstractions and simplifications, reducing highly complex and interactive problems into modules, formulas, tidy statistics, and isolated organs that can be dissected. This approach can yield a partial picture of reality, much in the way that dissecting a corpse can tell you some things about the human body. With these simplifications, the living, breathing element is missing. You want to follow instead the Campbellian model. You are not in a hurry. You prefer the holistic approach. You look at the object of study from as many angles as possible, giving your thoughts added dimensions. You assume that the parts of any whole interact with one another and cannot be completely separated. In your mind, you get as close to the complicated truth and reality of your object and study as possible. In the process, great mysteries will unravel themselves before your eyes. So usually, life is like that when you're trying to focus on one thing and then you kind of like obsess about it, and later on you will have more questions when you finally what do you call this uh, when you finally know something and it gets deeper, basta yun na yun, guys. So number 9, this is a new topic, not new chapter, like number 9 we're reading on a consecutive manner. So alchemical creativity and the unconscious. The artist Teresita Fernandez has long been fascinated by alchemy, an early form of science whose goal was to transform base material into gold. Alchemists believe the nature itself operates through the constant interaction of opposites, earth and fire, sun and moon, male and female, dark and light. By somehow reconciling these opposites, the alchemists believe they could discover the deepest secrets of nature, gain the power to create something out of nothing, and turn dust into gold. To Fernandez, the art of alchemy resembles in many ways the artistic and creative process itself. First, a thought or idea steers in the mind of the artist. Slowly, he or she transforms this idea into a material work of art, which creates a third element, a response in the viewer, an emotion of some sort that the artist wishes to provoke. This is a magical process, the equivalent of creating something out of nothing, a kind of transmutation of dirt into gold. So in this case, the artist's idea becoming realized and leading to the stirring of powerful emotions in the spectator. We're done, guys. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. So I'll see you again. Today, it's a bit tiring. So, bukas, kailangan naman tayo tapusin. But, I, I don't know if I'm really resting with this kind of, errands. Not errands, but things that you need to do. Diba? Every day, there's something you need to do. Can we all just take a genuine break? Life is so lifing. Gina, matulog na kayo.